So, I got to thinking, if I've got 12 leeches, that would be 6 pairs, of course. And if I'm using 1 pair a week for therapy, at least at first until I get more leeches, then it would be 6 weeks between feedings. So I could actually let them go ahead and digest instead of puking them and maybe damaging or killing them. And if they get to digest, they will grow faster and maybe breed faster. And then to that end, I thought, well, why don't they all have a little bit of a love lodge to live in pairs? That would increase my chances of breeding success. And so I needed to find a way to make a simple little leech love lodge, which basically is a little bit of water and an elevated bed of moss that they can lay the cocoons on, mate on, and lay the cocoons on. So I'm putting a shot glass in the bottom of these quart mason jars. I like the mason jars because they have the screw-on ring, and I'm going to put some cheesecloth and just screw it down, and that way you get breathing, you get the air will exchange, and but it'll be tight so that the leeches can't get out. And you might wonder, well, how are you going to change the water though without screwing things up? And I've got this handy little siphon pump here, so I'll just, when I need the water change, stick that in and change out whatever water I need to change out. So that'll work. And oh, the other thing was, where'd I put them now? Oh, here they are. So they use these special leech forceps in a lot of the videos I saw for handling the leeches. Some people do, some people don't. But I had these forceps that use for, some people get them and use them for vices to hold the hooks when they're doing fly tying. And so I have them. It's like, why can't I use these? But they have some ridges there on the jaws and that are kind of cruel for gripping, and I was worried I might damage the tegument of the leeches, so I've wrapped rubber bands around the jaws to make them a little more forgiving. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep making myself 6 little leech love lodges. So I've got some shot glasses, not enough, but until I get enough of them, I'm going to use those for my raised platforms. And I thought ahead, and I've got a 6-gallon bucket here full of tap water that I allowed to sit uncovered for several days to get the chlorine to boil off. And the reason that I'm not using all distilled water is doing some research that distilled water has a tendency to become acidic, and if you drink nothing but distilled water, it changes your pH and causes health problems. You need, because of the acidity of it, your body should be a little bit alkaline, and distilled water only will give you health complications. So I'm going to use the and I just assume that it's the same for the leeches. In fact, I think I read on one of the pages that I was researching that not to use pure distilled water with your leeches. Instead, use tap water that had been dechlorinated. So I got a little chunk of leech moss, or sphagnum moss here, and I will put that on top of the shot glass, and they can crawl up and have a nice little mattress to do their business on. Kind of a cute little shot glass, looks like a cactus. But I don't have any more shot glasses. I'm going to have to find something else to use for my raised platform. So I found some likely candidates to replace, to use instead of the shot glasses. I got some corks that I would use. They got a hole in them. When I was making wine and moonshine, they would fit in the top of the carboys and let the fermentation gases escape. And then I got these little plastic glasses, but the plastic glasses are too light. They kind of float away. That little red disposable shot glass, same problem. And the corks, though they look like it, they don't nest. They're a little too short. And I thought, well, I'll just stack two of them, but they don't really nest. But I can put a cork in one of those little glasses, and that ought to fix things right up. So let's try that. So, looks like it fits pretty good. That'll do. Let me get another one in. Let's give this guy a little more water. Okay. Now, where's my cheesecloth? There it is. Oh, shaky hands, shaky damn hands. Linda. One more check. let's get some leeches. So, how do I want to run this? I'm scared of losing a leech since I have such a limited supply at the moment. So I don't want one going down the drain. I've got a basket strainer here. And since I didn't have any cheesecloth when I first got them, I just used paper towel. That'll work too, but it's not as durable. And I think the first thing I'll do is dump the water out into the strainer and see if any leeches come with it. And once it didn't come with it, I'm going to put the lid back on and get the ones out that did. No leech there. A couple of them in there. Can I grab you with the rubber band tongs? No leeches in those marbles. No leeches. Leech. Come here, little guy. Well, these forceps aren't working as well as I had hoped. There's one. There's two. So let's pop a lid on there. Perfect. Problem with these forceps I've made is that the rubber bands don't go all the way out to the tips, and the tips are where you want to pick the leech up with. There we go. Don't you latch on to me again. Oh shit, he's quick. There, we got him. Okay, two in that jar. That'll have to be good enough for now. see my parsley plant? Oh yeah. Just want to get a shot of my 6 new leech lodges. I have to mark on the calendar that they've changed their water, and it should be good for 3-4 days. Okay, that's all for this one. So here we go. We have Team Alpha with Alex, Adam, and Little Anthony in there. And then Team Beta with Brunhilde and Bozo Ballhog. And Team Catharsis with Catherine and Clementine. Team Dogface with Doohickey and Doodad. Team Excelsior with Excellence and Exceptionalism. And last but not least, Team Fuckweed with Filibuster and Flinch. I think that since I'm going to let them all digest and stuff, I may put the bulk of them in the refrigerator so they don't have to feel hunger pangs for such a long time. You keep them around 35 degrees and they sort of hibernate. Slows their metabolism down anyway. So that's all for today. This is the end of video 2 of the Project L.E.E.H.